Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I'm your girl, Chassie B.
And I'm Sunshine.
Welcome.
Welcome to The Price is Right. Now, thank you for joining. Sorry we was off last week. That was my fault. I was churching all week long.
I was tired. I wasn't even going to fight it because I was tired.
But we're here. So thank you guys for all of your support. Continue to please follow, like, share, subscribe, hit the add button, whatever it is. Please continue
Tell people about us.
Tell people about us. Let us know if you want to be a guest. You can always reach us on Facebook, Instagram at occasionallyposh@gmail.com. But we always start with a foreplay, and I always make Chastity go first. Pray for me.
Get it together. Okay, so this is not really this or that. This is a question. So if you were in the career path that you had chosen when you was a child, what would you be?
Well, I thought I was going to be a doctor. But then I found out that I don't really like school like that. So, yeah. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah. I thought so. So the funny thing is, my mama would tell you this story. Whenever I was younger, I told mama that I wanted to be a stripper and a drug dealer.
Wow. I got nothing.
So if I had followed my childhood passion, I would have been a stripper and a drug dealer.
Your mama at no time said, that sounds okay, but what else?
She was just like, okay. And then she was like, well, how you going to do it? And I was like, well, I'm going to be a stripper and I'm going to come down and like shake my boobs in their face and be like, I got a dime bag.
That'd be the only thing they be paying for, because show them be the boobs, okay?
Don't you be talking about my boobs.
They ain't trying to get them bee stings. Okay. A stripper and okay. All right, so mine is in reflection of Cinco de Mayo. So would you rather snap your fingers to get a margarita or a taco?
Taco.
I knew she was gonna say that. I thought she was at least gonna think about it though. Actually, at least gonna think about it.
I really don't like tequila like that. So I really don't like margaritas like that. So taco.
Man. Taco. I would say taco, but the way my diet set up, that would be complete failure. Taco, I would be back the size I was.
That's the one taco.
Nah, I'll be snapping every tip. I think I'm hungry again.
I'll be in the bed. I'm like, it was 3 snaps. 3 tacos.
Oh, that would be terrible. Wouldn't it be nice if you could snap your fingers and have stuff appear? Wouldn't it be nice?
Great. I'm going to get me a maid. That's what I'm going to do when I hit my millions.
Oh, yeah, I probably, maid. I can't even talk. Maid/nanny.
Yeah. Yeah, probably so.
Or a butler. Yeah. They like kids.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something.
Jeffrey. Oh man, will y'all tell us what would y'all, if y'all,
get it together, girl. Get it together.
Just talk. I'm fired.
So if you were in the career path that you wanted to be as a child, what would you be? Mm-hmm. And if you could snap your finger and get tacos or margaritas, which one would you get? Sunshine can't talk today. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, I talk too much today or something. I don't know what it is. My talker is broke. But I found, we're about to approach Mother's Day, and I had I seen an interesting post, and I wanted to get your opinion on it. So is it okay for your boyfriend slash husband to get their child's mother a Mother's Day gift?
I say that it's not wrong. They got the child, like they got kids together. Why can't they appreciate each other? I feel like if people have a issue with it, then they are um what do you call it? Not they,
Insecure?
I ain't gonna say have low self-esteem, but
Insecure?
they yeah, insecure. That's it. I can't think of words. You can't talk. I can't think. I feel like if people have an issue with it, then they have an insecurity within their self. And
Right.
I mean, I'll get my kids daddy stuff for Father's Day, and it's gonna be from them. I mean, the kids ain't old enough to buy stuff on their own, and
Right.
they should be able to show some type of appreciation, even if it's something that's $5, like something.
Right. Yeah, a lot of the comments on there was like, well, they was kind of half and half. Some half said, "Heck no, that's stupid," and then the other half was like, "Well, let the kids pick it out, but of course you have to buy it because they don't make money."
Right,
But I don't see the problem either way. But that maybe that's just me because even my husband thinks it's weird. But I can literally stay friends with anybody, no matter. Now we ain't
right,
gonna be besties, but I can literally say I probably could call an ex with no issue and we would
right,
be cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's just
right,
my personality. Like just because we didn't work it out, don't mean I gotta hate you.
right,
So I personally don't see the problem with it. Now, if you going out of your way to make sure you don't miss no holidays and miss no birthdays and stuff like that, then maybe you ain't ready to move on. But
right,
but y'all had a child together. What's the
right.
big deal?
I feel like at least Mother's Day, like it probably you don't have to get nothing for birthdays. Maybe Christmas, you could probably do something if you want to. But I feel like Mother's Day and Father's Day, that's like a day to show appreciation to the mother and the father of the child. Why can't you get a little
Right.
gift to give to them? At the end
And
of the
without
day,
that mother
you
and
had
without
kids.
that father, the child wouldn't be here. So
Exactly.
I don't get it. I think people make things bigger than they have to be
I
in
think a
life
lot of people still
in
want the
general.
people that they not with, and that's why they have an issue with it.
Right. And is the real I mean, I know some people have insecurities because of the way they was raised or whatever went on in their past, blah, blah, blah. But at what points do you need to reevaluate self and stop trying to blame everybody else?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
No
You
matter
know,
how much long you be with somebody, no matter how long what's going on, people gonna always be around that could I don't know. If you're gonna slip, you're gonna slip. So it's always gonna be temptation, I guess is what I'm saying. So no matter if it's a baby mama or not, a ex or not, a church member or not, a co-worker,
pastor.
a pastor, it don't matter. Like it's gonna be there. So I guess I don't know. Maybe you ain't ready for that relationship.
Right. That could. Don't step on nobody's child's chair, yeah.
Just saying. Now everybody got a jealous streak, so I'm not saying that people not gonna get jealous. I mean,
Right.
everybody got that to an
Right.
extent, but
And I think everybody has insecurity within themselves
right.
in something, but you got to know how to balance the insecurities, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and know that uh baby mama or a child's mother and a child's father is going to always be a part of their lives
Exactly.
no matter what. And
Exactly. Yeah. Because it's funny. I seen that post earlier, but then there was another post, something along the lines of, do the new boo, either the girl or the man, have to be friends with baby mama or daddy? And people were going back and forth like, if you
I,
get married to them, you're supposed to be a package deal, so that mean they ain't supposed to get along with everybody. I mean, I don't
I
know.
ain't gonna say they got to be besties. They could be
Right.
cordial to each other, but they don't have to be like best friends. I mean, if they do become like really good friends, that's great. Like that's a
Right.
great blended family. But I mean, as long as they be cordial, I don't see why that would be an issue.
I don't either. Some folks was making comments like, I should get my respect, even though I know they got a child together. That when she come around,
Insecurity.
she's supposed to speak to both of us, not just one of us. And whenever she want to talk about the kids, why can't we talk about the kids? Like I'm like, girl, y'all didn't have the kids. Y'all, meaning all
But
three of y'all
are
didn't have
you?
them.
My question is: are the people that have the issue with it? Are they even putting out aura that they even want to be friendly to that person or be cordial to that person?
Right.
Like if I get a feeling that you don't want to be bothered with me, I'm not going to talk to you. I don't care who you with.
Right.
I don't care if it's my mom and my dad. If my daddy look like he got an attitude, I ain't gonna talk to him. I'll talk to mama.
I also think sometimes, and I'm even guilty of this, but sometimes I put too much responsibility on somebody else on how they supposed to act.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you feel that way, then you the one be the bigger person. Say hey, and then if she don't speak back, you did what you supposed to do. Like why you got that? Why I got to be an issue now because she not acting the way you wanted to act.
Right. And then sometimes I know this is one thing I'm guilty of. If I see two people that I know, say for instance, if I see you and your husband out, and like let's just say for instance he's brand new, I don't really know him like that, but I know you, I'm probably going to come up and speak to you and have a whole conversation with you and not even think about him. And then I might be like, oh shoot, I'm being rude. I might think about it. I ain't guaranteeing that that's gonna happen. And I might look over and be like, oh hey, how you doing? And keep it moving, but it's not like being mean. It's just my brain is only focused on who I know.
Right.
And that's it. Like,
yeah, that's something I had to learn the hard way. And I still like struggle with that. Like for me, I'm a big energy person and I didn't even realize it till probably recently. But if somebody's energy off, I feel it so heavily that it makes my energy off. If that makes sense. So
yeah.
so I had to learn the hard way. Number one, like don't take people. First impressions ain't everything. Even though people tell you, yeah, first impression. You might have just happened to caught that person on a bad day. Exactly. Like it happens. We all done been there, done that. I'm bubbly for the most part, but I got my days too. And some people have to get just because I'm a people person, I speak to everybody. I go out of my way to talk to folks. I can have a conversation with anybody. Everybody ain't like that. Right. So I can't automatically assume that it's an issue or they didn't like me or they was being standoffish or they was blah, blah. Maybe they just need a little time to warm up. Like
now some people, there has been instances because, I'm bubbly too. I'll speak to meet a stranger and be best friends by the end of the night. But I got a neighbor over here that will not speak to me. They've been here for like a year and a half. And I speak constantly. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Hey, how you doing? They won't speak back. So guess what? I stopped speaking because I was like, I know out of the 99 times I done said, hey, how you doing? Y'all didn't hear me. So I ain't even going to say like, they might didn't hear me or they was having a bad day. You had a good day one of them damn days.
Right. One of them 99s. One of them. Okay. Yeah, maybe
so them, I don't speak to them at all anymore, at all whatsoever.
Right.
I look over there and roll my eyes.
Well, let me ask you this because this has been an issue for me for a while. But I get along with males a lot of the times better than I do females. So that automatically is a threat to either people that I'm with or people that they with or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. Do you see a problem in it?
So I go back and forth. I don't, but then I do. I can, let me put it like this. I don't have a problem with it. I don't see the issue with it. I think that whenever spouses have an issue with it, I feel like if you think your person is going to cheat, they're going to cheat regardless. So let them be friends with whoever they want to be friends with. But I can understand why people would feel like that, I guess. Like, trying to think. I remember whenever me and I don't know if it was baby daddy, it was somebody that I used to date, and they would see friends around. And I know that these females were their friends, but they act like they don't see. And I'm like, ain't that such and such? And they're like, oh yeah. You didn't speak? No. Why? Like that right there makes something go off in my head. I would rather you speak to that person in front of me, because whenever you don't speak to them or not friends with them, then that makes me wonder, like, why can't y'all be friends? Y'all can't be friends because y'all sleeping together? Like, that's whenever my bells were thinking.
Red flag.
Right, that was a red flag. I think it was the ex before baby daddy, and come to find out.
Let me sip this auntie. Oh. But I don't know if it's, but I think for me, I get along with males better because they're easier to talk to. They're not as judgmental. I ain't saying all of them,
right?
But most of them are not as judgmental. And most of them, I ain't saying all of them, because some men just as bad as women, but don't care about the drama.
Right.
And women, we can be all that in times 10.
This is true. It's very true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see an issue with it. I think I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say.
She like, let me cut that off. Yeah. On to the next topic. I'm gonna pull it up, but I'll let you talk about it.
What is it? The
grocery.
Oh, okay. So this is a conversation between mother and father of a child. Mm-hmm. And the mother texts the father and says, hey, can I borrow $100? I had to get my brakes fixed, so I'm low until Friday. And he go, what you need $100 for? And she said, food for me and Haven. I was going to get groceries. He said, I'll get back to you. She sent the whatever face. So then he texted her and said, hey, are you home? And she was like, no, why? And he sent some groceries. He took a picture or sent the picture of some groceries that he had Amazon Prime to her house. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't there. But she was like, what is that? He was like, groceries I had to deliver for you, Haven. He said, and Haven said, Heaven, I don't know why I keep calling Haven. Heaven said you needed some tissue. You don't have to pay me back. And she was like, I'm not even home. I won't be until late tonight. The food was spoiled. You could have just given me the $100. And he said, he texted the daughter and the daughter said that she was on a date. He was like, how you going to ask me for money, but you going out on dates? I'll go get the food and drop it off at your mom's house then. Don't ask me for anything else. So she said, I asked to borrow money. I asked to borrow the money not to have. Me being on a date has nothing to do with what I'm asking for. We are good. We don't need the groceries. You can keep it. So how do you feel about it?
I know you said that he wrong, but I don't think he wrong.
No, I don't think he's wrong. I think he's full of shit is what I think he is. But go ahead.
I mean, so first of all, I want to say the date did not have anything to do with it. Like, I don't know why her being on a date changes the fact that she was low on money. Because, right. I mean, in most of the cases, when you're going on a date as a woman, you're not paying. So right. that has nothing to do with it. So I understand from that perspective what the issue is. I don't agree that if you go, first of all, why are you comfortable enough to go to him for money in the first place?
That's her baby daddy.
And
if you and your child needed something, you wouldn't feel comfortable enough to go to your kid's daddy.
Unless the actual child needed something, i.e. groceries.
The child needs food.
So he got a food. What's the problem?
So the problem is he didn't let her know that he was sending food there. He just sent it there thinking that she was going to be at the house. She wasn't at the house. She wasn't going to get back home until later on. The food is going to spoil. My thing is, if you really wanted to send her food out of the goodness of your heart for you and your child, you would be like, hey, I'm going to order some food for you from Amazon Prime. Send me your list. I'll get it sent over there. Like, if you didn't feel comfortable enough to put the money in her hand, there's ways that you could have went about it before just sending groceries there. First of all, you might have got some stuff that we don't want to eat or we don't need.
Matter.
But I don't listen. Don't give me nothing. I always say, I don't want people to buy me shit just to say that they gave it to me. Because like for Christmas, for instance, don't just give me a gift. I don't want just a random gift unless it's something that comes from the heart. I don't want something I can't use. So if you just going to give me something just to be like, oh, I gave Chastity a gift, don't do it. Give me something I need, something that I want. Don't just send random food to the house. You might have sent some black beans. I don't eat black beans. Why would you send black beans to the house? You know, like you send them, you waste the money.
Me personally, if you really need groceries that don't really like when you go to the food bank, you can't say I don't want this. When you go to, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you really needed the food, you just would have been appreciative of the food. Now, he could have communicated that the food was coming. Yes, I agree with that portion. But I wouldn't be upset that he bought me groceries when I said I needed groceries.
I would
like
be
she
upset.
could have been like, she could have just been like, thank you, I'm not at home, but I will make arrangements.
Okay, so what if you was to call me? Say, for instance, you was to call me and be like, hey, can I borrow some money to pay a bill? That's all you say is a bill. And I'll be like, I'll let you know. And then I hit you back and be like, oh, I paid your light bill. But the light bill ain't what you needed paid.
But she didn't. But she told him she needed groceries.
But that doesn't. But it might not be the groceries that she needed, though.
But she said groceries. So be clear. What you need the money for? I just need
groceries
the money.
Are not always groceries for everybody. What's groceries for you is not groceries for me. What you eat is not what I eat. If she went to a food bank, that's different. But to ask her baby daddy, which is the person that stuck his penis inside of her raw and made a child, to ask him for some money, and he wants to be an ass and not even say that he's sending food over there, and then just send it over there and then say, oh, you want a date while you asking me for money? He's bitter and he's full of shit.
I guess we have to agree to disagree. I just feel like if you really needed food, you just appreciate the food. But to me, she didn't really need the food. She just said the food to give him a reason why she needed the money. That's what I take
really
it as.
Need food. I do not want somebody to. I just don't want people like just tell me no. Just tell me no, or ask me for my grocery list, or say I'm gonna send some groceries over to you. Don't just do it. Like I feel like I feel like he full of shit. He could have sent the text, hey, I'm gonna send you something. How hard is that? You're gonna wait until the groceries are there and then send a picture of them being outside in front of her house? Like that's just stupid. That doesn't make sense. Somebody can steal them.
That's how men think, though. So maybe that's
why. But it doesn't make sense, and it's not a pass. Like just because you think like that, men think like that, is not a pass. And I feel like he's full of shit.
I feel like they both full of shit, but that's just me.
They probably are.
That's my point. She didn't really need the groceries. She needed the money, but she should have just said
needed the groceries. She might have needed the money too. She might have wouldn't have spent the whole $100 on the groceries. She probably could have went to the grocery store and brought a week's worth of groceries for $40, where he could go to the grocery store and buy a week's worth. Honey, don't. Because I can feed this whole house.
And oodles and noodles.
Oh, but I can do a $300 budget and buy food for 5 people.
Well, 300 is pretty good. 100 don't get you nothing.
I'm talking about for a month.
Oh no, you crazy? 300 in 2 weeks here.
For a month, I can do.
No, we eat though. We eat lunch, dinner, everything. But yeah, I feel like they both full of it. I feel like she just wanted the money, and she should have just said she needed the money.
Who cares? Yeah, I mean.
But personally, I wouldn't ask them if it was groceries literally for the child. I'd be like, "Can you go buy JoJo what he likes, some pizzas?" So I wouldn't have personally asked for the money, but that's just me.
So you're just gonna starve? You're gonna make sure that
I did it plenty of times. But that, like I said, that's just
your
me.
pride, though. That's your pride. And that's
but it is not his responsibility to feed me. It's his responsibility to feed the child.
But you have to be okay. You have to be okay mentally, emotionally, physically in order to take care of that child. That doesn't make sense for you to be like, oh, he got to take care of them, but not take care of me. If you don't have food, if you don't have money to put food in your house, why wouldn't you say, let it be enough for me and the child both to eat? If you sitting around hungry, got headaches, can't get out of bed because you're hungry, what help are you to that child? That doesn't make sense.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I wouldn't do it.
That's your pride.
And no, because I won't want him to ask me for money to feed him either. I feel like we both grown. That's just me though.
I guess.
I just feel like she too comfortable.
I don't feel like she too comfortable.
Honestly, if I had to choose between, unless the car just wouldn't break at all, I probably would have just waited to get the brakes fixed.
And then you be on the side of the road dead because the brakes didn't stop.
Somebody could have gave me a ride. I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable asking an ex for money. That's just me though.
Child, I ask Jesus for money. I don't care. If I need it, I need it. If me and my kids need it, I need it, and I'm gonna ask for it. There ain't no shame in my game. For the most part, I really don't need it. I done got a whole lot better. But if it comes down to it, I'm asking. I don't care. I don't care if it's some random person.
Over my head.
Huh?
I don't like people to hold stuff over my head. And a lot of men do that.
Who cares? Even if you didn't ask for stuff, they'll still hold it over your head. So who cares?
But yeah, I mean, it could have been handled better all the way around. But I like I said, him saying something about her dating you and that ain't got nothing to do with it. That's
right.
That's being bitter.
He bitter.
But I don't feel like she really needed the groceries either.
Probably did need the groceries. She just knows how to shop enough that she could have got food for her and heaven and had some money left over.
She just needed some money to make it a payday. She ain't fooling nobody.
Which is fine. Still needed groceries. And the brakes was still something that heaven needed because heaven has to get from point A to point B with mama. Heaven has to be in the car. So the brakes is just as important to heaven as it is to the mama.
Brakes just don't go out of the blue though. She knew them brakes needed.
Whose brakes don't go out the blue?
I ain't never had brakes that just go out the blue. They usually give you a couple of warnings.
I had some. They was fine. All of a sudden, I got to a stop sign. I hit that brake and slid right on across the street. They weren't squeaking or nothing like before that. And I was like, what the hell? Scared the crap out of me.
But yeah, I just don't like asking
because it was a rainy day. Huh?
I just don't like asking people for money. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much trouble. That's why they argue.
And then he didn't say nothing about child support. And you know, if he was paying child support, he would have said something about that. Men be ready to throw that in the face. What you do to child support money?
It ain't never enough, so it don't really matter.
Right. But that just lets you know that he more than likely, I'll say 50-50. It's a 50-50 chance that he paying child support. I'm going to assume no, because he would have said something about that, because that's how men are.
Yeah, that's her fault then. But then she gonna randomly ask for money. She said, I'm on child support then. That's the case. If he got it like that, to just randomly give her $100. $100
ain't nothing. If you ain't paying child support and taking care of the child.
It still ain't nothing if y'all. I don't know. All right.
What are y'all thoughts? Comment below. Agree with me.
Personally, if I really needed the groceries, I'd just been like, thank you. I'll make arrangements for it to be picked up. Been done with it. He definitely shouldn't have asked the child where mama was at. Right. That was petty. That was petty boots.
The whole thing was petty. Okay. So we're going to move on to our next subject. So I was on Facebook scrolling and I ran across this post. And it said, I think, mind you, this came from a woman, that I want this to be very clear. A female was the one that thought that this was smart to type this up. Mm-hmm. I think the idea of thinking a half-dressed woman is asking for it comes from her looking like a whore. Usually whores expose their body in public and are on social media for attention. This is also known as presenting. Makes sense to me. So I go in the comments because I see it's 8 comments on there. Well, I think it was less than that, but I saw it was some comments on there. And I was like, I'm curious to see what men agree with this. But surprisingly, there were no men on there. It was all women that said, I agree. Well, I dress like a hoe and all this kind of stuff. So I commented back and I was like, I'm surprised with the amount of women that agree with this and think that it's okay. So then the original poster comes back and she makes a statement about women that's showing their boobs and all this kind of stuff, and then say that they was being taken advantage of. Those are the types of people that get raped, blah, blah, blah. And she also goes on to say that there's a certain area around her job that people get killed at all the time. So she doesn't go over there because people get killed all the time, which I ain't heard about it. But anyway, which was stupid. Stupid examples. Everything was a stupid example. But anyway, how do you feel about that post?
First of all, people ain't never asking for it.
Exactly.
Well, let me change that. Some people may be asking for it. When it comes to a sense of talking about rape, if that was her example, there's no excuse for rape.
Yeah.
And I want people to quit making it an excuse. I don't care if the lady is butt tail naked. If she said no, no means no. So quit making excuses.
Even harassment, like even if they just harassing you, they're still not asking for it, but especially rape. But that's what I got from this. That's how I felt that she meant was rape. And even her follow-up comment let me know that she was talking about rape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know what dressing like anything make you a whore anyway. Like, what's the definition of a whore? Because I'm pretty sure dressing half naked ain't it. I might be wrong. Maybe I need to Google the definition.
And it depends on who wrote it. So I decided to look up to see if I could find anything that suggests that women that dress provocative are sexually assaulted or raped more than women that are not. So it was a study that the earliest one I could find, the latest one I could find was back in 2016. So the numbers may have changed, but this wasn't that long ago. So I felt like it was pretty interesting. So a study found that Federal Commission on Crimes and Violence study found that just 4.4% of all reported rapes involve provocative, quote unquote, behavior on the part of the victim. In murder cases, it's 22%, whatever that is. So it also found that most convicted rapists do not even remember what their victims were wearing, but the women remembered what they were wearing. It also shows that women with passive personalities who tend to dress in layers, long pants, sleeves, and high necklines are actually more likely to be raped. In one study, 1 in 3 college men said that they would force someone to have sex with them if they could get away with it, and it had nothing to do with what they was wearing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was gonna say that I don't know statistically, but I was gonna say in my mind, I think men who have that nature usually are more intrigued by somebody who's not flaunting it.
Right.
At least the stories that I know of. You know, of course, I don't know every story in the world, but the ones I remember is usually that girl next door type. Like it ain't the one that's out there with butt and titties out.
Right.
So I don't agree. I mean, it does happen. I'm not saying that it don't in some, especially back in the men where rape culture wasn't such a big thing, men would say, you was asking for it. So I know it happens, but like I said, there's no excuse for being raped.
Right. Other than the rapist. That's the only excuse.
Right. And the actual definition of whore is a person who engages in sexual intercourse for pay.
For pain?
For pay.
Oh, I was trying to say, damn.
Don't think it's pain, people. Don't think it's pain. For pay. It says a promiscuous or immoral woman as well, but it says a male who engages in sexual acts for money as well. So we use that term whore is the actual term. I know black folks say hoe, but whore is the actual term. And we actually use it we use it wrong. We use it wrong. But yeah, I don't agree with that at all. And I'm so tired of women degrading each other. Like we already got enough against us. We already got men against us. We always got, especially black women, we got
This
other
was a
races against
Caucasian
us.
woman.
I don't get it. And I hate to say it, but this person probably most likely in the church. Like, I hate to be like that, but that's usually who think like this.
Is.
She's
Christian.
I'm so tired of it. Then you wonder why people ain't in the church or in the Christian community, because it's people like you.
Right. Exactly. But I was so disgusted. And, I was thinking, when I saw that thing, I don't know if you know this, but it was sometime back in April. I think it was like April the 24th. It was supposed to be like National Rape Day, where men was supposed to go around and rape women. It was a thing I saw on TikTok. Yeah. So that right there was actually posted like days before the National Rape Day. And I was like, how can you as a woman get on here and say something like that when this right here is already going around, where men are, even though I don't think anything happened, I don't know. I don't know where it came from. It was just crazy. I just happened to see it on Facebook, and I Googled it, and they said it came from TikTok. So I went on TikTok, searched it in the search bar, and I saw all this stuff come up. I think it was April the 24th.
So that goes back to saying that this is most likely just insecure women. Like, really, you threatened by whoever this woman you referencing.
Right.
And
which is probably what it is.
And now you want to talk down about her.
Like, because you got your problem.
Right.
It's probably a problem where the man ain't keeping his penis in his pocket, in his pants. So now you mad at everybody just because they got on, because they showing their boobs. But who cares? I don't care. Doggone it.
Don't people know that if you're insecure, it actually makes your relationship worse? It's almost like when mama telling you not to do something, guess what you gonna do?
You gonna do it.
So if you're gonna always be worried about your partner doing something, guess what? They might as well do it.
Right. You keep saying I'm doing. You know what? I might as well go ahead and do it. Have fun while I'm doing it.
And it was funny. One of my male friends a while back, he said that sometimes, I ain't saying all the time because some men are just horn dogs and that's just what it is. But he said sometimes men don't even notice the woman until the woman brings it up. And then in their mind, it's like, oh yeah, that is kind of looking kind of good. Like, so sometimes you're actually putting an ideal in their mind.
Right. Because you insecure. Get yourself together. Stop. Get it together. Doggone it.
Yeah. But I feel like, everybody got some kind of insecurity in their life. So even me, I got plenty of them.
Me too. I know.
We got to learn how to hone it in. Okay.
Bring it. Let's center it back. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Let's get it together. Let's center it back. Deal with your own demons on the inside before you project that BS out to everybody else.
Right.
Como se
Okay. I cannot. I would love to have like some kind of topic segment for women to talk about why we are jealous of other women.
That would be a good topic. I actually had a conversation with a guy, and he was saying he don't understand why women go get their bodies done and why they wear weave and put on all this makeup and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I like for my women to be natural. Bullshit. So then I said, men are quick to say that. But then you go and you look at the people that they like on social media, even though social media shouldn't validate how you feel as yourself, but it does. And I think everybody is guilty of that. And if anybody say that they lying to themselves.
Right.
But I said, you go on social media and you see all these women that men go back and they like and they love, and she's so pretty and all this kind of stuff. And they are everything that men say that they don't want. They have the BBLs, they have the weave, they have the filters, they have the makeup, like they have all of that stuff. And these are the people that are put high. And then you sitting there in your regular self and you're like, well, maybe I need to do that.
Right.
For men to look at me. And I was like, that's why women do the things that they do. But I also think that's why women hate on each other, is because it's because of the men, what men like, what men claim they like, and what they actually like divides everybody up.
Right. Well, I've been told numerous of times that men do like, the Beyoncés of the world, but they only like them for a moment. They want you people like me and you for a lifetime.
But I was called Beyonce recently.
but women don't understand that. They feel like, if you saying you want me, then this how you should present yourself to what you want. But everybody like people they ain't got no business. I mean, we all got celebrity crushes. We all got men or women we look at with cut bodies and blase.
Right.
But that don't mean that's, who they coming home to.
Right. This is true. But I think that social media has a lot to do with it. And those are the people that you see. Some of them making money and all they do is take pictures. And you're like, dang, maybe I need to go get a BBL so I can make me some money.
Start selling your underwear.
I might. I might.
A lot of those people on social media are not happy either, though. And people need to take people's social media at face value, because that's really all it is. We don't know what's going on behind that camera, behind that phone, behind that computer, in their household. I ain't saying every person in the world. There's probably some happy social media people out there, but most of it ain't real.
A lot of them it's probably like 50-50.
All right. A lot of it is people aging.
It's probably like 50-50.
I'm guilty of that myself.
I try to remember it as
it's being real. I done took a Snapchat picture and be like, yeah, I'm cute today, and I feel like a pile of dump. I'm just being real, like.
Exactly. And then, you think about, like, whenever you're trying to get your kids situated to take a cute little picture because you might like their outfit, and y'all sit there and argue for 20 minutes, and you like, stop, don't move, smile, quit doing that. And then you finally get that one picture, then you put it on social media, like, oh, look at my baby. But people don't know the troubles that you faced.
Hallelujah.
Leading up to that one good picture.
That's so real life. Like, for real.
So you got to think of everybody else on social media just like that.
Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah. People need to get together. But May is mental health awareness month. This week is actually Child Mental Health Awareness Month. So a lot of folks are wearing green on Thursday, I think it is, and posting on social media.
Oh, that's tomorrow, ain't it?
Oh, dang, that is tomorrow. It came fast. This week flew by.
The green shirt.
But a lot of people wearing green tomorrow in support and hashtagging, Child Mental Health Awareness Month. So anybody who wants to support that, please do. And mental health is real.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got about it. Mental health is real. Don't be ashamed. We all go through it.
Even me.
Most of us need some therapy.
At this moment, I need it.
Facts. Same. I need to get my butt back. Okay.
Me too. It's been a rough week, and I was like, I need to talk to somebody because it's been rough. So I got to reach out to somebody.
Right. Oh, I thought she was about to cry.
Oh no.
But please make sure to support your local nonprofits and share your story. Don't be afraid to share your story. Let people know that you get therapy. I think that'll help.
Yep.
Especially us.
Mm-hmm. This is true. I'm acting like an old church lady over here. I don't know why I'm so hot.
But anywho, that's all we got for the week. We didn't have much, but we'll be back next week with some shenanigans. Please let us know if you want to be a guest on our podcast. My hair might be permed, honey.
It better not.
Anywho, thanks for tuning in.
Let people get on my
Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.